Alright, so picking up on step 8 of the review assignment for tutorial 1. This time, now that we have a table, next thing we want to do is query that table. And in this particular example, it's going to be a really simple query. You can use a query for a lot of different things. The most common thing that people think of is reducing the number of records and or fields. So for example, if I open up the supplier table, right now there's 17 records in here. Maybe I don't want to see all 17 records. Maybe I want to see, I thought I saved this with best fit. Save that. Okay. In this example, we're just going to create a query that doesn't show us all the columns. So we're just going to reduce the number of columns that we see using a query. And so to do that, you're going to use the simple query wizard. Whenever you want to create a new object, for the most part, you're going to go up here to the Create tab, and then are you creating a table, a query, a form, a report? So there's groupings right here. And in this case, we want queries, and you can either use Design View or a wizard. So we'll do Query Wizard to start. There are 4 Query Wizard types in Access. The Simple Query Wizard is the first one, and we'll use that one for this particular example. So you choose Simple Query Wizard. Okay. And then the first thing it's going to ask is, what's your data source? Well, in this example, there's only one table in the database, so there's really nothing to choose other than the supplier table. As we get more advanced, then obviously you'll have more choices there. Alright, so in this case we want the company, the category, the contact first and last, and then the phone field. And it says in that order. So I want to make sure that I double click each of these in the correct order. So company, and then category, and then I think it's contact first, last, and phone. Now, if you double click phone first and you're like, oops, didn't mean to do that, then just move it back, contact first, contact last, and then phone, like that. Once you have all your fields in there, then you choose next. And I think they want us to name this supplier list. So we'll get rid of supplier query. And again, we'll use camel case, so we'll have supplier list all run together, like that. And then you can finish. And you'll see this is nothing more than the same 17 records from the table. We're just not looking at all the fields. That's really it. This is about the simple queries you'll ever do. Okay, so we've done that, and I think that's really all they want you to do. So you can close this query. Now let's do this. These will come up in primary key sort order. If for some reason you wanted to sort them in a different one, like maybe you want to group these by category or by phone number or something like that. So if I wanted to sort these so all the supplies are together, equipment's together, and so on, then you can sort by either clicking on this little drop down here and choosing sort like that. I think in your textbook they tell you to go to the Home tab and use sort up here. That's fine too. But if you wanted to sort by a particular field other than the default, which is based on the primary key, that's how you do it. So they have you save it. And actually on this one, for this particular exercise, we don't want to sort. So now I'll save and close. Like that. Okay. The next thing is to create a form, and again, this is really simple. The biggest thing on this one is when you're working, this is step 9, when you're creating a form, all you're going to do is click create and then click form, but make sure that you have the table selected, not the query, because whatever object you have selected here is what the form is going to be based on. So I want all the fields to be part of this form, not just the ones that we picked for the query. So make sure first you have the supplier table selected, and then go up and click Form on the Create tab. That's the Form tool, and they ask you to name this supplier info. So I'm just going to right click up here, choose Save, and then type supplier info. Like that. Save. And there's your form, and then close. Alright, we'll come back in the next video and pick up on step number 10.